Another visual element I wanted to go over is what's known as the figure and the Figcaption. So this isn't used as often, but it's a nice way to wrap a image to give it specific CSS attributes or styles. More so, I typically see this being used for something like you would like a research paper. You can see an example here. I've got this image, we've been working on, and I've wrapped my image inside of a figure tag. And in the bottom of my figure tag, I put this Figcaption. I just said figure 1 baby monkey on a log. And you can see how in my CSS, I also wrote a Figcaption here for that. Just made my size a little bit smaller, added italics and the little font weight of 700, and you can see how it placed that figure underneath and also tabbed the image over slightly. So it's just kind of one thing you can use with images to just caption images. Again, you don't see it used that often out in the wild, but it is something else. Another thing we can do is called a meter tag. And a meter tag looks like this in the green. And what you do is you give a label, and the label tag allows you to connect two items together. So search engines and different screen readers and things can make that association. And you can see I added an ID to this meter tag, and I gave it a value of 0.6. That gives it basically a 60% meter across the screen. And then up above in my label tags, I just wrote 60% of habitat loss. And it was able to associate that by using for equals habitat to the ID equals habitat. And you can see how that shows up. And again, by default, it is green. But I believe you can change that inside of some CSS with some color. Another one you can use is this progress bar. And this allows you to give a maximum value of what it's at, and then the current value maximum value that it could be at to the current value that it is at. Then you can see where I did again another label. I associated those two with an ID, and you can see how this bar here goes across 32% out of 100. So again, just a couple more visual things. Aren't as commonly used, but they do help out if you need them.